So the upper part of the back is the easiest part. It also feels really good because most of us have tension there. So what I'm going to do is, again, it's kind of here to here, all right? And so I'm going to use my feet to guide my motion, and I'm going to support my head with my hands because I don't want to hurt my neck and strain my neck while I'm doing this. So I start here, and all I do is I'm going to roll back and forth like this over the upper half of my back. Now, how long do you do this for? 30 seconds, a minute, however long you think you need to do. Very simple, very easy, okay? There's variations of that I'll show you after we go through some of these, but this should feel very good. You may hear some pops in your back, kind of like an adjustment, but it's very easy, it's simple, and it feels pretty good when you do them. So we're going to start with this easy one. We'll break it in here. So we're going to same starting position, but now what I'm going to do, if I'm going to work my left shoulder blade area, I take my left arm and I reach over and grab my right side, all right? And I'm supporting my head with my other hand. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt my body to the left, and now I'm going to roll up and down right along the edge of my shoulder blade. And so by moving your arm over here, you're opening that area up so you can get in there more. And so now I'm going right along the shoulder blade. And then same thing, right side, right hand over, left hand supporting my head, I tilt to the right, and now I'm getting right along the edge of my shoulder blade. So you want to position the foam roll in a good spot, otherwise it's going to make it hard to do. So I kind of just tucked it right under there. It's in a good spot for me right now. So all I'm going to do again is I'm here. So now it takes a little bit more force to hold yourself up. You may start to shake a little bit, but that's okay. So here, you're going to go the lower half of your back. All right, now you don't want to go all the way here, where now you can't hold yourself up. You want to go within a comfort spot. So here to here. Anybody see how kind of the range I'm going? Okay, support your head with your hands. Now, your angle of how high you want to be is up to you. All right, I just want to make sure that you get the foam roll working and it's pushing into the muscle lower back. All right, so again, it might be this is harder because it requires a little bit more core to hold yourself up. And I'm going to put my feet here, and I'm going to put my hands behind me like this. All right, so here's my starting position. So if I'm doing my right glute muscles, the easiest first way to do it is just to start tilt to the right. Now, how far do you tilt? As far as you want to. You're going to play around the angle and figure out what the best spots are. But I'm going to tilt, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to use my feet and my arms to control my motion back and forth over this. So this is pretty simple. It doesn't hurt too much. It's a little sore, but not bad. And I can change the angle and go over more, or I can go over a little less, and find the spots in your glutes where you're feeling the most soreness, and you can work those areas most. So once you do that, you kind of warm them up. Then you want to cross on this side, since it's my right glute, my right leg over my left, and cross your legs like a guy would. We don't want to do this one, we want to do this one here. It's kind of like a piriform stretch, glute stretch, whatever you want to call it. This is going to increase the intensity. Right now, just doing that holding it there, I got a nice spot I'm sitting on right now that's sore. And from here, same principle, but you're going to get in deeper doing this one. And you're going to tilt here, so I have a sore spot there I might go over. I'm going to come back this way and find the areas that are really sore. And for me, that's a spot, and I'm just going to go over this for 30 seconds, a minute. And then same thing, switch sides. You're going to start tilting this way. Same thing over here after you do that a little bit. Left leg over right. Same thing. So again, I'm sitting on the foam roll. It's right here. Hands behind me. Feet here. If you have any wrist problems, this could be difficult. So just be careful with your wrist because you're obviously going to extend the back. There's an easy way and a hard way. We're going to start with the easy way, or the easier way, I should say. So it's simple. 2 legs here. My butt is in the air. I'm supporting my body with my hands, and all I'm going to do is go back and forth over pretty much the full length of my hamstring, which is the muscles in the back of your legs here. So if my glute down to the back of my knee, pretty much, okay? That's relatively easy, all right? It shouldn't be too hard. It shouldn't be too painful because you're not really going in there deep. So you start with that, see how you do, and then you're going to go one leg at a time. So the way I like to do is cross one leg over the other. So now my left is over the right, so I'm working my right leg, and that's going to be a little deeper. So if you have hamstring issues, you're probably going to feel this one. Now when you're doing the hamstring, we're going to get a little bit more specific here. You can tilt to the outside and do it. So now I'm working the outer muscle of the hamstring, or you can tilt to the inside and do it. So you're going to find that you might have soreness on the inside versus the outside, or vice versa. Inside, outside, or vice versa, okay? So then you switch sides. So I'm just going over the whole bottom of my hamstring, and then I can tilt to the outside and do it, and then tilt to the inside and do it. So again, 2 legs to start, all right, and then you can get more specific and cross your leg over one another. All right, let's try that one. So this one, it's going to be pretty much the same thing, just face down. So here I am. Now you can do your arms any way you want. I like to just rest my forearms here, but if you want to hold it like this, I think this is easy. So I'm going to go 2 legs, and I'm going right over my quads, my thigh muscles, all the way through. And this to me is more sore than my hamstrings were. Everybody's different, but for me this is more sore. And then again, same thing. You can cross one leg over the other. And now when you're doing this, I would keep the foot down on the ground because it may be too much for you like this, where my foot is up in the air now. That means more of my body weight's going down. Whereas my foot's down now, I can kind of control it and it's not as painful. But same principle, one leg or the other, so my body weight's now my left quad, and now I'm going up and down over it. And then same thing as in the hamstring, I can tilt to the outside, and I can tilt to the inside. All right? And then obviously switch legs and do the same thing on the leg. All right, let's try this one. Okay, so hands here, I'm lifting my butt up. So full length of calves, both sides. And then same thing, cross the leg over. Now this one could be a little more painful for people. This one gets in there. All right, yeah, I see the faces. So same thing again here. Outside, this one might be the most painful one. Outside the calf for me is very painful. It's tight there. And then you obviously go inside, and just depends on you and your calves and how they feel. To me, my outside of my calf is really tight. So this is where I would, and there's a spot right here in my calf. So for me, I would just sit here and kind of go back and forth like I'm doing right now. I'm not doing the whole calf because I can feel it right there. So this is my starting position right here. I usually start with my knee bent. And so my one leg is flat on the ground, my other leg is just like this. And my foot's on the ground here. And so what I do is I just use my foot and my arms here to control my body motion. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm working the whole groin muscle. Basically, you can go all the way down to your knee. You can do full length if you want to, or you can do kind of like we did with the back, split it up into halves. So here's kind of the upper half of the groin, and then you shift the foam roll down, and now I'm doing closer to my knee. You can also go legs straight if you want to. You target different muscles. Different muscles get tight when your leg is straight versus when your leg is bent. So you can try both, but usually the easiest first thing is to just do it with the knee bent, and that's how you do your groin muscles. Give that a shot. If you generally do some of those every day, once a day or even twice a day, if you have some sort of issue, you will feel better. Whatever issue most likely will get better. May not go away because it doesn't fix everything, but it will definitely help. And even if you feel good and you have no issues, it's good to do because it's keeping all your soft tissues healthier. And the healthier they are, that's what I always tell my patients, the lower likelihood you're going to injure yourself. And if you do injure yourself, the faster it gets better. Okay, so that's why it's really important to do this kind of stuff.